Hello, hello everyone. Today is day 8 of our 21 days for a self-judgment detox, and I'm going to jump ahead and do one that goes hand in hand with the one I received via email that I did yesterday. And I'm just going to read this. I just figured I'd do these two in a row because they can be good back to back. So, I judge myself for being stuck. It's a trauma response, which isn't my fault. And I know it, and I still know this, but I still judge myself. So I always say it this way. We have intellectual knowledge or head knowledge, and we have heart knowledge. Like there's things, so many things that I know intellectually, and I know it from therapy or personal development. Like I know, like, okay, this would be a better way to deal with this. And my head knows it, but my heart doesn't know it yet. And I also say our body doesn't know it. Because in neuroscience, the body is the subconscious mind. So the body carries for us all the unexpressed emotions that we've had. That, you know, the book, The Body Never Lies, the body keeps the score. And psychosomatics is all about the body-mind connection. So if you think about that, the body's the subconscious mind. It carries all that for us. And what we tend to do, too, is judge our body for the reaction. I mean, I know I've done it. For having the reactions it is. And when I read my Healing Questions Guidebook, like usually if it's something about me, I'm like, oh my God, it all fits, you know, or at least something significant fits in each of the things under the thing that I'm looking up about what I might be struggling with. Excuse me, I'm going to yawn physically. So, let me turn that ringer off and let me make sure I turned this. This is why these are okay. And I shut down the the messenger on that's linked to my computer. So, and again, we all know, like, if we're stuck, maybe we don't know that. Maybe you aren't aware of that. If you're really stuck, this is why I really struggle with a lot of the stuff that I see in the personal development world. Because they'll be like, just put your big girl pants on, just do it, just get it done, you know, that thing. And it's devoid of why someone might not be getting something done. And a story, I had a gal that worked with a pretty famous coach, and she was a business coach. And the coach basically was like, you just need to get it done. And this coach was a tapper, which kind of blew my mind too. And I'm like, wait a minute, you just need to get it done. No, to me, what you need to do is, why is this person not moving forward? Like, why is the person not putting up their website? Why are they not taking the steps forward? I was just working with somebody Monday, a similar thing, like has these ideas for this business, but feels frozen. And then we find out it was tied to a death that was very profound to her. I also did a session years ago with a gal. I mean, I love her dearly. I keep privacy. She came and did a session with me, and she was just launching a new program that she had. And she was a tapper too, and she wanted to tap on some stuff. She's like, I feel frozen. And I've done so many of these programs, but this one I can't move forward with. And came to find out that so she gets this really sort of excitement about launching something, and what it was linked to in the brain was she was out in another state, spending the summer, having a great time, and the day her mother and her sister came to pick her up, that night when they got back, her father died. And that was linked in the brain. So this excitement, like she's had this epic summer, having a great time, everything's going well. And then, you know, leaving on a high, and then bam. So when there's a peak emotional high in life, typically followed by a peak low, I call it, that gets linked in the brain. So the brain's like, whoa, danger, danger. Like, oh, this good thing's happening, but, you know, something bad's going to follow it. So we get stuck because of what's below it. That's the stuff that needs to be looked at. Not like put your big girl pants on, not just do it, because we would all just do it if we could. So let's tap, karate chop. Even though I totally judge myself for feeling so stuck in my life, I choose to acknowledge this truth right now. Even though I feel so stuck, I'm totally judging myself. I know it's a trauma response, but I'm still judging myself. I choose to acknowledge I feel this way now. Hi, Ellen. Even though I am so hard on myself about this, I am so stuck. And I know better. Because I know it's a trauma response. But I still can't move forward. What if I could see this differently? Even just 5% right now. Go to the eyebrow. It is a trauma response. I may not know what it's linked to, but what if the first step is to really honor and own this trauma response I have? What if I could practice allowing it to be? And notice all the judgment that comes up. And tap through that judgment. And what if it could be like this? I still judge myself for being stuck because. And see what comes. What follows that because? Maybe in my past, when attention was on me, it was bad attention. And maybe that's linked in my brain. So I've learned to fly under the radar. And staying stuck is safer for my inner child. So what if I can let my little girl within me, or little boy, know it's okay. Of course you're feeling stuck. Of course you can't move forward. It doesn't feel safe. And it's okay. In fact, you learn to do this to survive. And I'm here for you. And I'm witnessing you. I really see you. And I'm letting you know it's okay. It's totally okay to feel stuck. It's not okay to feel stuck. What if it is? It's definitely not okay. I've been stuck for so long. So what? Yeah, but I'm not moving forward. What if that really is okay? And what if this is my inner child talking to me, letting me know they don't feel safe? And what if I can practice, and it's definitely a practice, sending some loving kindness to this child within me that feels so stuck. It's okay you feel stuck. It really is. And what if, by tuning into this part of me that is such a young part of me, and letting this part of me know there's nothing wrong with them. In fact, this is their survival tactic. And letting them know it's okay. Even if they don't believe it's okay. And what if by practicing this kind of loving kindness to this scared child within me, this part of me slowly starts to feel safe, slowly starts to trust me, peeks out from behind the corner, and starts to play in a whole new way. Because this part of me now is experiencing what they never got. Some loving kindness and acceptance. And take a breath. It's funny, I liken that. I have this new dog here, and she's a little one. And I remember our cat that's now 13. We got her when she was a tiny kitten. We rescued her in the cul-de-sac we lived in. And I love animals so much, like in every way. And but I love like rescues, and every animal we have is a rescue. There's so many that need good homes, so it's like we just rescue. And what I love noticing is the progress that they're making. So like when Minnie, our oldest cat, was a kitten, and we got her in from outside right before this serious cold snap, like busted pipes in New Mexico, in Albuquerque at the time when we were living there. And it was like, this kitten wouldn't have made it. I'm just sure of it. Like, it was that cold. They hadn't seen anything like it here in decades. But we got her inside, and just to watch her, she hid under our bed for probably a month. And very slowly, that was her safe place. And, I read, that's great. They have a good survival instinct. So we'd slowly coax her out. She'd come out in the middle of the night. One night I went downstairs, and she was laying on the couch next to our other cat, Manny, who had befriended her. And she sees me, and she runs off the couch, and she goes, hides. And then I thought she somehow got out, because for like 3 days, I could not find her anywhere. And then one day, my husband and my daughter left, and she comes walking out of the laundry room. She was hiding under a little tiny bench that was in there. And then she just slowly started to come on my lap, and all these little things. This little one's making better progress more quickly. But still, it's to see, like, you're balancing that with all the other animals, and everyone's adjusting to a new being. There's, a new personality. So it's that, but it happens over time. And it's not, you have to do corrections with people like, with one of the dogs, like, hey, don't, no. But with ourselves as humans and with the personal development world, it's like, just do it. Instead of like knowing we didn't get this way overnight. We're not going to get that way. Like, get out of this overnight. And to practice, I find working with the inner child is enormously helpful. It's just, that's the part that doesn't feel safe. That's the part that's stuck in the trauma response. I mean, I see my trauma responses all the time when they show up. And has it gotten better? Yeah, kinda. And then in other ways, if I'm shocked by something, it's like I'm in it. But as I learn acceptance, it's like, wow, it's that judgment of self that holds things in place. And of course we all know that, but it's like when I tune into that inner child, I notice I'm less reactive. And the one last thing I'll say is, I think it's important to realize we will probably always have a part of us that goes into reaction mode, that has a trauma response. Maybe it gets less frequent, which is what I've seen with me. It's less frequent, it's less intense sometimes, and then sometimes it feels like I'm right back in it. But it's this just continual like improvement that just happens. And it's also to go, there's just a part of me that's always going to do this. It's just always going to go there. But I can function even within that. So, Ellen, great to see you. Vicki, great to see you. Wishing you well. And I think this was a little longer just because monologue and what do you call it afterwards. But hopefully you found that tapping helpful, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for day 9. Bye for now.